showing my audience. Okay. My parents never had the opportunity to see me graduate from high school. In fact, they didn't have many opportunities to be proud of me at all when I was younger. My name is Melissa, and today I will be talking to you about my reckless teenage to young adult life and how I worked hard to become a better person and have a brighter future. First, I will tell you about my past mistakes and failures, and then I will explain how I began to make changes in my life that led me to go to college when I was older. And finally, I will relate what my graduation ring means to me. First, I will talk to you about the choices I made when I was a teenager and even into young adulthood. When I was a teenager, I became wild and unruly. I did not listen to anything my parents had to tell me. I began hanging around with the wrong crowd and became pregnant at 16. I dropped out of high school at 10th grade and disappointed my parents terribly. When I became a young adult, I kept on making terrible decisions. I kept on hanging around with the wrong crowd and began experimenting with and eventually having a problem with drugs, which then led me to having a problem with the law and having a criminal record. Now I will explain how I began to make better choices in my life and eventually decided to go to college. There was finally a point in my life when I began to see how the choices I was making was not only affecting my life, but also my children's lives and my parents' lives. A change was due and I began to turn my life around. I was sick of the monotony of production work and decided to obtain a college education. I wanted a career that would be fulfilling for me, but also make a change in other people's lives. I decided that EMS was my calling and enrolled in college at the age of 34. In college, I studied hard. I was on the dean's list one semester, the president's list another semester, and became valedictorian in my paramedic class. Finally, I can tell you what my graduation ring means to me. I bought my graduation ring myself when I graduated from college, and it symbolizes more to me than just accomplishing my goals and graduating and becoming a paramedic. It reminds me of the mistakes I have made, the struggles I have overcome, but most of all, it reminds me of the pride that my parents showed when I was able to walk across the stage and receive my diploma. My graduation ring is also a reminder for me to show others that have made mistakes that they can overcome them and have a better life. So in closing, I wanted to tell you about my tumultuous young life, how I began to make changes, and how my graduation ring means so much more to me than just a ring. Let me end by saying that everyone can rise above their mistakes and have a better life for themselves. I will not say that it is easy, because it isn't, but it is achievable and worth every sacrifice.